everyone, welcome to Soloed Quest Ed here. So, before we start with this unboxing, which, well, you already know what it is because you saw it in the title and the thumbnail, I did get a new mic, so I'm going to try out a new mic with this setup. Let's see how this goes. I haven't really tested it that much yet, so apologies if the audio isn't as good on this video, but it is a trial video for that. Alright, with that out of the way, here we go. We've got Bloodborne, the board game, one of my most anticipated games for last year. It only came on February of this year, but yeah, I'm really eager to get this one opened and start playing it. This is one of my, well, top 4, probably my 4th favorite video game ever. It is fantastic, and yeah, the quality, the production at least on this game looks stunning. So yeah, I got all of it, all of the stuff for it, and I'll unbox all of it. So this is probably going to be, I'm not sure if I'm doing just this in just one video. It's going to depend on how long it takes. I don't really want to post a hour long unboxing, or maybe I will, I don't know, we will see. But yeah, for today, let's have a look here at Bloodborne, the board game. Now, we will have this coming to the channel as well in our solo series, so I will run a campaign of Bloodborne, because from what I hear, it's actually quite fast to play through a campaign. So yeah, we will definitely have that. But again, I'm just babbling here. Let's get it open. So it still has its little plastic on, has that official PlayStation, Sony PlayStation official license product. So let me just show you the back here of the, there you go. So a few minis, a few of the tiles. I heard that I wasn't aware actually when I got this, that the scale on the minis isn't your regular scale for a CMON product. I think they're a bit smaller. I don't know if they're 28 millimeters. They usually, I think CMON does 32, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, here these ones are a little bit smaller. So yeah, let's start here with, this is the base box, alright. It's a little bit different from the other boxes. The other ones are like have a dark color to them. This one has like a white background. It does relate to the game, this image, definitely. But honestly, I would have preferred if they all had the same look. It's a bit weird to have the base box like completely different. So, free CMON. Alright, I don't know what this is. Bloodborne, the board game. Alright, here we have our rulebook. We're greeted with that. So, it's not too big. 27 pages. Seems fair enough. So here's the breakdown of the miniatures we get in the base box. So a lot of pictures here, which is good. I do think that is a plus. All right, here we go. A lot of stuff, a lot of images. Yeah, that's cool. So it's going to probably be an easy read here. All right, so some tokens. Let me show you a close-up of these. Some chests. Probably some afflictions here. Some NPCs. And some other tokens as well. Some probably HP. And here you have the backs. Alright. So I'll try not to waste too much time with everything, because again, there is a lot of stuff. Okay, these are coming apart, but that's actually cool because that will allow me to show you one of these a bit closer. So this is a tile. They are very detailed. Like the drawing on these is pretty good, and the backs, I believe you shuffle the tiles. Yeah, the backs seem to be all the same. You're supposed to shuffle. Now I've seen on Board Game Geek people complaining that, well, they were shuffling the tiles physically, and the tiles were showing already a bit of wear. But there is an app. You can go on Board Game Geek and look for web app. I think that's the title of the topics. Basic web app. I think that's it. And someone did like a browser-based randomizer for these tiles, for enemies, bosses. So you can get that online, and you don't need to shuffle your tiles physically, which again might bring in some damage, which you don't want because, well, this is not a cheap game. So yeah, you wanna keep your stuff safe as long as possible. Okay. So there we go, some more tiles here. So we have the Tomb of Odin, the Great Bridge, Central Lamp. So for people who play the video game, these are great. Let me just show you this one a bit closer. Right. So again, the back is that. Great Bridge. I believe this is the one next to the dogs on the video game, is it? Not sure if it is. There you go. Alright, so these are simpler, so let's just move along. There's probably a lot of these. Josefka's Clinic, right here. We have a ransacked house, a lot of exterior areas. Okay, some more tiles. There we go. Alright. Show it a little bit more in detail. Okay. The graveyards where Gascoigne, where you will probably encounter Gascoigne. I hope I'm not spoiling anything. There we go. So it seems to be areas are being divided by these white lines, which aren't too pronounced. I think they're okay. Okay, that's it for tiles. Great. Now this is your sheet. I'm guessing to organize the play area with all of the decks for the enemies, for the chapter. When you go to the Hunter's Dream, the dreaded time counter. This is this is nice. So yeah, the time track is getting a bit of pushback from a few people who are not a fan of it. From what my understanding from how this works, I'm okay with the timer, but there's some issues. I haven't read the rules. I'm not sure actually, but I hear that if you're fighting an enemy, if the timer hits a red point here, the enemy resets while you're fighting him. Doesn't make any sense to me. So there's a few people that are house ruling the bit of the timer with the timer, and I think that's okay because I think, well, things should make sense. So yeah, if I find that that it doesn't work for me either, I might house rule them as well. So now we have the miniatures, but actually let me just show you the rest of the stuff first, and we'll have a dive into the miniatures last. All right, let's keep the good things last. All right, so this is our Hunter dashboard. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so 4 dashboards to organize all of our stuff. There we go, with these bags right here. All nice. We have our hunters here. Also, I've read some people getting duplicate hunters. So beware of that, and have a good look in your boxes if the components all match up with what's described in the rulebook, okay? Just a quick warning, because I did read about it. Some people had that complaint. All right. So there we go. We have the Saw Cleaver Hunter here. Very good art. They did, and so they had the same art for the 2 ways the weapons work. You can it's a trick weapon. You can have it in one. I'm liking the word here, like one position, and then you can like open up the weapon. Other weapons the transformation. That's it. They transform themselves, and they had the same art on both sides. But during Kickstarter, people complained about that, and they actually changed the art, and they did a different art, as you can see, for both versions of the weapon. So that's pretty cool. So we have the threaded cane here, which I never tried in the game, but it is a pain when I had to fight someone with it. This one is one of my the weapons that I would love to try, but I didn't. Now we have the Hunter X here. I did try it. It's pretty good, but a bit I don't know, bit simple of a weapon. Wasn't that much fun to me. Ludwig's Holy Blade. Tried it and used it a lot. There we go. I did like half of the game with it. And that's it. So we get 4 hunters in the base game, it seems. Alright, so now we have a whole bunch of cards here. Should we go through this? Well, we will, I guess. So let's just start with this one. Why not? Start with this deck of cards. Let's just quickly go through them. Alright, this has some player rates. There we go. And some hunter mop. So this is your enemy cards right here. Are they the same from on both sides? No, they're not. Ability Mob Frenzy, Molotov Toss. I'm not sure why you would need both sides, but oh well. So let's just go through these quickly. Scourge Beast, Church Servant, Middle Beast Patient. I gotta say I'm not a huge fan of the art on these ones for some reason. They don't really do it for me. But I do like the art on the Hunter dashboards. That one looks pretty cool. Alright, there we go. Okay, so that's one deck down. That was fast. This, in here we have 2. So let's just look at it very quickly. This isn't not easy to get out. Oh, I need a saw cleaver to open this one. Oh, there you go. Alright. So this is all, yeah, these are all consumables. So bone, marrow, ash, a sedative. Good quality here on the cards, can't complain. So while tiles might not be as great, the cards are quite alright. They do have a linen finish from the glare. I don't know if you can spot the linen, probably not. But it seems like a thin linen finish, actually. But they're quite alright. No issues with these cards. Alright, let's just go through them a little bit quickly, and you can slow down the video if you want to see it a bit more slow. Okay. And there we go. Alright. So consumables on this one. And now we have another one here, which seems to be cards for the hunter themselves. So hunter cards. That's what it seems, at least. Yeah, right. So these bags right here, I think that's what they are. Actually, yeah, I think it is. So there we go. Please zoom in. Right. So these are pretty, yeah, these are pretty basic. No doubt about it. There we go. Yeah, so this is a dodge, clear the slot. So these are basic abilities, I guess. Just let me just try to zoom in because my camera, she doesn't, there you go, doesn't want to focus for some reason. So the basic blue ones to stagger the enemy. So this is probably all the same. Basic, this is probably an upgrade as well. Get one more damage in there. Alright, so that's another deck. Let's put it right here. So these are probably just more basic cards. So honestly, I won't go through this in defense. So not much to see in there. So let's just open up this one, which seems to have a few items. Might be cool to look at. So let's see. Alright, there we go. Focus, there you go. Alright, so we have Yuzefka's Blood Vial, a tiny music box, Bloodstone Shard. Yep, definitely some, there you go. Definitely some, oh, tiny tonitors. Cool. So if you turn it around, you do have, they have these abilities here on the other side, but I don't want to spoil the abilities, so I'm just showing you these just showing you the backs, so you know what you can get in the game, but you will not know what each of them do. Okay, so trying not to spoil too much of the game here. Alright. Then we have this one, which is enemy actions, it seems. Alright, let me just remove the plastic from this one as well. Okay, so pretty standard stuff. Is it are all of these? Okay, so we have enemy actions, which I guess is for regular enemies. So they do the ability, they do the special, basic, basic. Alright, then we have a deck for each of the bosses. And they have different phases, which is great. So each of them will behave quite differently. Yeah, which is pretty cool. So their behavior will, besides being different from each other, their behavior changes during the fight, from phase to phase, which is pretty cool. Then we have our decks here for our stories. So the campaign, so this I won't spoil, I'll just show you the backs here, which are very pretty. This is Secrets of the Church. You have the introduction here. You have For the Long Hunt. Actually, I think this is the first one, I believe. Don't quote me on this one, but I believe this is the introductory campaign, the first one. Let me just open up and see if actually all of these cards are just for this campaign, because if it is, that is a lot of cards, which I'm guessing will translate into a lot of replayability. So the Long Hunt, oops, I don't, no. Okay, Long Hunt, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it is. Jesus Christ, this goes up to 60. So, okay, so that's a lot of cards. That's more than I thought there would be. That's cool. Okay, so 3 campaigns, each of them with a pretty big deck, which this one is Growing Madness. So that is cool. That's good to know. And then we have, oh no, there's another one. So there's 4 actually. All right, Fall of Old Yarnum. And last but not least, let's just look at some boss cards here. I can just get this plastic out. Alright, let's just have a quick look at these. Cleric Beasts, Gascoigne Transform, no, spoilery stuff. And on the other side we have some, okay, so this is for phase 2, and on the other side is phase 1. Alright. And some weapons here. Alright. Hunter Pistol, the Evelyn, the Hunter Pistol, the Cannon, Hunter Blunderbuss, Evelyn, Flame Sprayer, Cannon, Ludwig's Rifle. I think I use this a lot. Can't actually remember this. Rosemarinus and the Repeating Pistol. Each of them have special ability right here on this side as well. Alright, so that's it for cards. You have quite a bit of room here to organize things, as you can most likely see. So we have a nice insert, which isn't usual with Timon or Come On. That's cool. Okay, so tokens here, and I'm guessing other cards, possibly save. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm guessing this is for save state. Cool. Then the good stuff, the miniatures. That's what you're here for, I bet. So let's have a quick look at these. Alright, let me just put this one aside. Okay, fantastic. So let's start with our hunters. So yeah, they are definitely smaller than your. Let me zoom in here. There we go. Definitely smaller than your regular scale. Come on, miniatures. These seem to be actually. Let me throw in a miniature here to do a comparison. So this is a zombicide hero next to a Bloodborne dude. So yeah, as you can see, the scale of them is pretty different. This one seems more like Fantasy Flight's scale of miniatures for Descent, or even what's it called? Journeys in Middle Earth. it seems more in that scale. But yeah, it is detailed and it looks good nonetheless, definitely. Alright? Okay, so that's our saw cleaver. Here's our threaded cane hunter. Looks really, really cool. So I will take quite a bit on these because I think they deserve it. Alright, our Hunter X. A little bendy. But, well, maybe the Hunter X is bendy actually. Now that I come to think of it. There you go. And Ludwig's Holy Blade. Great looking mini. Yeah, it looks really cool. Now, our enemies, which, pardon me, but I cannot remember their names. So I'll just show you the mini for each of the enemy types here on the base box. And let's skip names because, yeah, we will have to. So we have this one, which is the Beast Something Patient. Is it Beast Starved? Blood Starved Beast? No, that's the boss. Something Patient? Blood Starved Patient? Is it? No. I don't know. The detail on the face is pretty good. Don't know if we can tell. The enemies seem to be a little bit bigger. Well, not that much bigger actually. And what else we have here? We have Gascoigne. There you go. Looking good. Yeah, definitely the Hunter X is definitely curved there. So that's actually the weapon that is curved, not that the miniature comes deformed or anything. And this guy right here, who some people might know who it is. Okay, there you go. Not going to spoil it. What else? So that's... okay. This tray... just let me show you this. So for people who actually keep the miniatures in the box, so you have this this tray in that came in that cardboard box. This one comes out, alright? The one with your hunters and those basic creatures. This comes out. And then you get this. And then this lid comes out. It has these little things here, which I'm not sure what they're for. Like these holes here. I don't know. We will find out eventually. Okay, and then you have the rest of the stuff. Alright, let's zoom in once again. And so we have these lantern wielding enemies. There we go. Little bendy there with the staff. Just a little. These are big. They're big in the game as well. And these wolf dudes. Alright, looking good. Actually, can I zoom in just a little bit more? No, I can't. Alright, fair enough. Seems... okay, there we go. Ooh, these guys. These guys are slow, and these were like my practice enemy in the game. I kept trying to time my dodges and everything with these guys. So I died a lot while practicing with these. I'm quite familiar with them. But yeah, I do have a special place in my heart for them. Because, well, they were my practice. What else? Oh, there you go. So this is the boss. This is the Blood-Starved Beasts. Right? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. There we go. Looks pretty cool. And we have the mob right here. Not a flash mob, but a mob nonetheless. These will be cool to paint. Oh look, he has the little wooden shield there. Really cool. I really like this miniatures, which are like a mob. There's one in Mansions of Madness as well. They're pretty cool. And these big dudes, these are really big. They look very, very good. Fantastic. And then we have Vicar Amelia, which is great. I love the miniature. I love the pose. It looks really, really good. The detail on the fur here is really good. Wow, this one is fantastic. My favorite in this box, without a doubt. And we have this big dude, which I can't remember his name. But again, looking really good. What's he called? How can I not remember this? Oh well. There we go. Alright. So that's it, I believe. That is what you get in the base box. So you can get this on retail, or you will be able to. Not sure what's exclusive to this box, to be honest. But yeah, the base box you will be able to get in retail. So that's it. Let's jump into another box. Okay, so let me now show you the Bloodborne box, which is the one for stretch goals. This is for Kickstarter exclusive stuff. You won't be able to get this on retail, unfortunately, but well, maybe you can snag a deal with someone who got the game and is willing to sell you this box at hopefully a very affordable price. So again, plastic is still out, still an official licensed product. Let me just show you the backs here. Actually, let me zoom in because this one is a bit smaller, so that's quite alright. There is some cool enemies in here as well, definitely, and some scenario elements as well, which again are unnecessary but are always great to have. Alright, and this one already has that darker look, although it's not it's a little bit different from the other boxes as well, but you'll see the other ones. We will get to them pretty soon. Alright, let me actually zoom out a bit right now. Okay, so this a little bit jumbled up. There we go. So all of the enemies here from the stretch goals. So Logarius Wheel Hunter looks fantastic, very good, cool art. And here is the transformation. A fan favorite weapon, Kirkhammer. This is the one I will be using. This is the one I used most of the game. Love the Kirkhammer, really like it. I usually like hammers in games. Big fan of the hammer in Monster Hunter. So yeah, I'm a hammer guy. Burial Blade. There you go. Looks cool as well. Although I don't know, it could look cooler. I'm not a fan of this hunter look. The Tonitrus. There you go. Looks nice and simple. It's a cool weapon. The Blade of Mercy. Fantastic look on it. There you go. Dual wielding it. And the Ludwig's Uncanny Holy Blade. Never tried it. There you go, but looks in looks it's very similar to the other one. So we get some more cards in here for more enemies. A Merciless Watcher. We have a Lauren Silverbeast. A Giant Lost Child. These guys are really ugly. Small Nightmare Apostole and Large Huntsman. Alright. And it's the same, yeah, it is the same. And some more ranged weapons as well. Let's just have a quick look at these. So some more hunter pistols. So this is basically your starting ranged equipment for each of these hunters, from what I'm guessing. And there you go, for your boss here, the Large Nightmare Apostole, a card as well. And smaller ones, again, for the boss behavior once you get to fight the big spider. So let's grab the miniatures. Alright, let me just get that out of the way. A lot of cardboard. Okay, let's get this in view. Alright, cool. So, we have a little bit of a lid here with some duct tape. Okay, cool. Here we go. Ooh, these look, well, all of it looks good, but these look really cool. So let's take a look at, first actually, let me show you this. So you get 4 of these dolls. I think they were supposed to be a marker on your hunter dashboards. I don't know if it was for the timer or something else. But yeah, they look cool. You get 4 of these. They're exactly the same. So I'll be playing solo. So I'll use one for this. And well, I don't even know what the other ones. But you can proxy them for something. But the mini looks very cool. Then you get these 3D elements. So these are your lanterns. Let me actually, zoom in here so I can show you this a little bit better. Pretty cool. And you also get some chests. Alright, I have too many chests from too many games. But oh well, some more chests. I guess more is better than none. So now let's look at the minis. Let's look at the hunters first. So there we go, the Burial Blade Hunter. Looks a bit like a scarecrow. The Tonitrus Hunter. Looks cool. I will be using her quite a lot, probably. I like it's a weapon I do enjoy. And this one from the Blades of Mercy. With the Elena the Crow armor. And here we have the Ludvigsen Kenny Holy Blade. It's a very typical looking hunter. My man with the Kirkhammer. There we go. And that very awkward pyramid head. And the Logarius Wheel. Again, a fan favorite. Oh, this one, yeah, cool. So can you see it? You can actually see through all of the wheels little wooden pieces. That's cool. Good detail there. Alright, fantastic. So that's the hunters you get with the stretchable box. Let's just go through the monsters very quickly. Okay, you get 2 of these big dudes with their own saw. You get these huntsmen right here for 4 of these. Yep. Alright. You get these little big crybabies, these lost childs. They look a bit weird. And these beasts right here, which look very weird, a little bit sideways there. Okay, there you go. What else? And then the spidery bits. So we get these little, what are they? Little nightmare pustules. Because you get the large one as well. Look at the size of her. This is pretty big. So if we compare her, yeah, she looks really cool. I don't like spiders, but I like this one. If we compare her to a hunter, let me just place a hunter next to her. It is big. That's a big threat. Alright, so that's what you get in the Blood Moon box. Again, it is the stretch goal box for the Kickstarter edition of the game. You will not get this on retail, but for some reason you might eventually be able to. And if so, well, this is what you will get. Alright, so let's move on to the Chalice Dungeon box. Okay, are you still with me? Good, let's keep going. Alright, Chalice Dungeon now. This one is, well, it's bigger than the stretch goals, that's for sure. It is a bigger box again. And now this one has that look I was talking about. A bit of a darker look with the Bloodborne board game here on top. I love the look on these because they have some really nice work here on the cover, as you can see. These do look fantastic, I have to say. So this is the Chalice Dungeon 1. Here we have the back. I haven't been showing you the sides, but honestly, well, there's not much to see. They kind of replicate the cover here. And all of the art is, well, it's the same on all of the sides. All for horizontal storage. They don't want you to store this vertically. Which is probably what I'm going to do. Just to spite them. Alright. I'm just talking nonsense. There we go. Alright. Bloodborne, the board game, Chalice Dungeon. Let's dive in. Okay, so we have this little leaflet right at the top, which are the rules, and fantastically so, this is it. This is it for rules of the dungeon, so it's going to be pretty easy to do these. So this is for basically quick runs. You don't want to do the campaign, you just want to have a one-off, one and done game, so you can go through this Chalice Dungeon right here. Tiles are, well, they aren't as pretty. They're a bit darker. But yeah, there you go. So I'm guessing, yeah, you won't be able to use your the tiles from the campaign, it seems, with this, at least to do one-offs. But well, you will be able to do one-offs with this arena. So is there PvP? I can't even remember if there's PvP in the game. Is there a PvP mode? Probably there is. Yeah, I can't remember, sorry. So that's, yeah, you get quite a few less tiles. So there's 3 sheets, so that is 12 tiles for the Chalice. Some more hunters here on this one. Okay, you have the rifle spear. Not a fan of this. I don't like the rifle spear at all. Tried it for a very short time. Stake driver. Also not a fan, also tried it. Not a fan at all. The Beast Claw is cool, I like that. There you go. And, the Shikage. I did not try this, but people really like this. And I hear it can be quite powerful if used correctly. I'm talking about the video game here, by the way, not the board game. I have no idea which one of these is strong or not. Yeah, there's definitely PvP, because there we go. We have these 4 player screens, and yes, hunter versus hunter. So you have a little player screen here, cover your stuff, and a little bit of a player aid for the PvP mode. Cool. I probably will never try that, but I don't know, is it soloable, the PvP? Can you solo do it against like the game? I'm not sure. This was so long ago. I mean, that's the thing with Kickstarters. You back a game, you're super excited, you know everything about it. Fast forward to a year later and it arrives, and well, if you can remember even that you ordered it, it's good. So Rabbit Dog. A Keeper of the Old Lords, looks good. Fluorescent Flower. A Gravekeeper Scorpion. A Hunting Dog. Labyrinth Rat. What is this? Crazy art. And a Bellringer. Ooh, these are cool in the game. So that's the enemies that we will find next here on this box. Let me just get a few more cards out of here. So again, these are just your regular cards for the enemy activations, the bosses, maybe for some of the hunters, who knows. There you go, some beast possessed. What is this? Actually, let me see what's inside of this. There we go, and that giant. Okay, these are the bosses you can find in the dungeon, I guess. So beast possessed soul, the undead giant. Yarnum Thumerian Queen, the Descendant, the Watchdog of the Old Lords. This mini, I really want to see this mini. Okay, some more pistols. Actually, this is upside down. Ooh, I don't want you to see this because this is a bit spoilery. Okay, so this is cards for randomizing stuff in the dungeon, I guess. Chalice Rites. I did not do the Chalice Dungeon on console. Yeah, I did not do it. Should have done it, but I didn't. Shame on me. Alright, repeating pistol, hunter pistol, hunter pistol. Yeah, these are just the pistols for that starting equipment for your hunter. Okay, so pretty much what we've seen so far on other boxes. Now let's have a look here at the minis. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so again, this one comes out, and there's a little bit of a cover there. Okay, let's look at the hunters. Let's keep our formats. Let's look at hunters first. Let's zoom in as well. Okay, stake driver hunter. Looks nice. Yeah, stake driver is pretty big. The Shikage hunter. Looking good. The what is it? Spear rifle hunter. Very gentleman of him in his attire, and the beast claw hunter, which is anything but a gentleman. This weapon is a pain to deal with. All right, there we go. So some scorpions. It's bendy, but not too bendy. It doesn't seem to be easily broken. And also the bell ringers. They look cool. There we go. What else? These dudes have a funny hat. Much like, it seems like the equipment from the, what's it called? One of the hunters has a weapon, I can't remember it. Well, let's skip it. Let's look at the dogs. Burial blade, that's it. The hunter with the burial blade has that attire. Alright, doggies, and we have this beast, which is one of the bosses for the dungeon. There we go. What else we have here? So that's it for this small tray. Then we have some rats. There we go. These are big, the rats. Pretty big. Pretty disgusting. There you go. A doggy. Or some sort of canine being. I hadn't realized they had this in their mouth. I never realized that. I was not paying attention. And the Watcher of the Old Gods, is that the name? It's something similar. This guy is really big. Has a really big head. Big mouth. You can look right there, right inside it. He is pretty big. And some other bosses. The Queen here. I've seen, yeah, there's people painting this and it looks amazing. I wish I could paint that well. I've been painting my minis. Hopefully I can do some playthrough with something painted one day. Probably can with my Mentions of Madness, because I'm almost finishing up that. So if I do some Mentions of Madness content here, it will be painted. That could be either good or bad, depending on what you think of my painting skills. There we go, this is the Descendant boss. I'll be honest, I thought it would look better. It's nice, but it's very simple. Ooh, this one is looking. This one is big. This is the giant one, the giant something. Undead Giant, that's the name. There you go. Some cool detail here on the back. Alright. And the is it? What's the name for these dudes? I don't remember the name. They are pretty big. So I pretty much have to go down here. So these are really, really big. Let me... this one is a little bit bendy, so yeah, you will have to be careful with this part. And you get two of these very disgusting enemies. Yeah, this part worries me because it seems to be very fragile. So yeah, that's it for Chalice Dungeon. One more box down, we only have like, I don't know, 8 to go. Is it? There's a lot of them. So let's go jump into the Forgotten Woods, I believe. Let's see. Whew, okay, you're still here. Good on you. So this is Forbidden Woods. I think I said Forgotten. They're not forgotten. I forgot the name. It's Forbidden. Forbidden Woods. Another expansion and another lovely art. Again, this box design is just amazing. I just this game is a lot of boxes, and I usually don't keep all the boxes for games. I take my minis out. I place them on. It's a little thing I have from IKEA. It is fantastic. But with these ones, I'm so tempted to keep everything because I love these boxes. Let me just show you the back here. The back isn't really that interesting. I don't know why keep showing you the back. Oh, I know why. Because I need to cut the plastic. That's why. So yeah, while we're at it, there you go. There's the back. All right. Some cool enemies here. Some of my favorites, most definitely. All right. So all of these bring another mini campaign, I believe. Is it? I don't know how many. Yeah. The big ones have campaigns. I'm not sure if the smaller ones all have campaigns, and I can't remember which ones are exclusive either. Sorry, I really don't know. I'll find out, and I'll leave in the description with timestamps for each of these the boxes, and I'll leave like in little brackets if they're retail available or not. That will help you get that information quickly. So just look in the description, and I'll have to make a mental note not to forget myself. Alright, so we have some tiles here. So definitely very different looking from the base box. As you can tell. We have a witch's abode, an empty shack, an old tree, a forbidden graveyard. Again, the backs all matching. Just as usual. Some more of these. Like swampy areas. A decrepit shack, a mud pit, a passageway lamp, and the other one isn't really named. There you go. This one is backwards. Collapsed tunnel, we have a ritual altar, and some other general areas. So again, 3 sheets of tiles here. So not that much diversity in terms of tiles on this. I'm not sure if it's going to pick up a few tiles from the other. Well, it has to pick up only from the base box. It can't suppose that you have. It can't assume that you have the expansions. So I'm not sure if there's a mix here, but if not, it seems to be a low count of tiles, which is weird. So some cards for the Witch of Hamwick, which was a very disappointing boss fight in the game, I have to say. Shadows of Yarnum, which is a very cool fight, and we have the Evelyn and the Flame Sprayer ranged weapons. I thought that we saw the Evelyn in the base game, didn't we? I thought we did. Again, another little deck here for the boss behavior. Not going to bother with that. This is taking enough time as it is. Quite a few decks of cards. Again, this does have campaigns, so there we go. We have the Dark Rites campaign. We have the Den of Vipers campaign. And then we have some stuff here for the campaign as well, which I will not be showing you because, well, I don't want to spoil stuff, right? So just be aware that there are, well, 2 campaigns in here, I believe. So some more cards for enemies. So the Mad One, the Man-Eater Boar. Again, this art could have been so much better. I don't know. This is a drawing, I believe, but like a render from the game. It's a weird art. I would have changed this. I gotta say I'm not a huge fan. But this one looks more like a drawing, which is weird. I don't know. Some of them look like a 3D render. Others look like a drawing. Well, I guess this is a drawing, but it wants to be. It's a drawing that wants to be a render. It's weird. And Forbidden Woods rules. Okay, so that's weird. We had like a little book for the Chalice well, if that's enough, then yeah, I guess that's enough. We don't need to be reading more books. Alright, and then some more minis, which I will have to... They have duct tape, of course, so I have to take the tray out, put the duct tape. It has a lot of duct tape. Give me a second. There we go. Oh, come on. There's more duct tape that I didn't see. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Whew, we made it. Alright, so let's look at these ones. These ones look fantastic. One of my favorite enemies from the game, and one of my favorite, if not my favorite miniature here. It looks really cool. I really like this. Then these dudes, simple stuff, but a wooden mallet is always a simple but efficient weapon. There you go. Our little boss here, the shades. They look really cool. These will be cool to paint. They look really nice. I think I just like when there's more than one miniature in the base, I guess. So we have our witch here. And we have a duplicate of our witch for that encounter. This will be fun to paint as well, definitely. We have our very, very big man-eater pig. So if ever you needed a proxy for a bull-sized pig, there you go. Look no further. You got it right here. Really thick, man. Jesus, it's heavy. Good stuff. Alright, then this one, this guy looks really cool as well. This one, this bit is very, looks very thin, so look out for that. Some of them have really thin parts, so you kind of have to be careful not to break all of it. And some snakes. There's not a plane, but there is a lot of snakes. There you go. Alright, that's it for Forbidden Wood. So that's quite a big box for, well, I guess it could be thinner. Yeah, that's okay. Well, the pig is pretty good, big, so I guess this was kind of needed. And there you go. So this fits right in here. Okay, this is the last of the big boxes. The Forsaken Cainhurst Castle. Again, fantastic art right here on the cover, as you can see. So let me again show you the back while I get this plastic out. Some cool minis already, as you can tell. I very much enjoyed this area in the game, so quite one of the ones I'm most eager to actually play through. And yeah, as you can tell, the tiles themselves are very pretty. Much better improvement from the last ones, which are very mucky and dampy. These ones are way more colorful, although the contrast could really pop out a bit more. Doesn't pop out much. I mean, it's not like it's a super colorful game, but you know, they could do with a little bit more joy, I would say. Alright, some more of these. There we go. Oh, this one's different. Ah, Queen's Chamber. Okay, so this is for the boss, I would assume. There we go. This is the first big one, isn't it? Honestly, I thought we would get more special tiles for the boss encounters, but we aren't getting actually any, which is weird. So, again, there will be a campaign here, or more than one. We will have a look at it, but first the boss cards. We have Martyr Logarius and Annalise, Queen of the Vile Bloods, and Again, another cannon and another javelin. I don't know why. I'm missing something. Why is this on all of the boxes? Alright. Oh, we have quite a few decks here. Forsaken Legacy, Cainhurst Summons. Okay. I'm not sure what that is, but there we go. We have 3 more campaigns. Martyr's Legacy. We have Queen's Legacy. So for each of those 2 bosses, and the Forsaken Castle. Alright, so I'm guessing you go through this and maybe there's branching paths and you'll fight each of the bosses, perhaps? Who knows? So, and there's another, this one as well, Forsaken Legacy. Cainhurst Summons. Not sure what this one has, but again, this is campaign stuff and I don't want to spoil it. So I'm just showing you basic stuff, and that's quite enough because this is going to be a long enough video. Alright, especially since I can't get these damn things off. There we go. Alright, so some enemies here. This guy looks weird. Cain's Servant. A Blood Licker. Vile Blood Knight. We have a Lost Child of Antiquity. I don't remember these dudes on the game, to be honest. Another Servant. We got 2. Ah, okay. So this one is Knight. This one is regular. Okay. Forsaken Castle Spirit. Another Blood Licker. Ah, okay. This one was starved. This one is well fed. Alright. Well, that's weird because the starved one is stronger. And another card here with the rules. Ah, there we go. Branching campaign. See? I called it. Yep, that it is a branching campaign, I guess, and you can fight either one of the bosses. Great! And again, these small cards here for the boss behavior. Okay, let's get this out. Let's remove the duct tape. Great, and let's look at some minis. Okay, fantastic. So, these guys, which I honestly can't remember them from the game. I'm completely blanking on these ones. But they do look cool. Very big miniatures. Even though the scale is a bit smaller, some miniatures, they are so like... They occupy a big area with the wings or the tentacles or something else, so they... Eventually, they're actually all quite big. I mean, the hunters are definitely the smaller ones. Yeah, this one looks really cool. Yeah, this one looks really cool with the tongue there. Fantastic detail. The phantoms or spirits. Looking very nice as well. A lot of detail here on the clothes. Can you spot it here? Come on, focus. All of those small little dents on the clothes. Come on, I had it. There you go. Can you see it? It's a lot of detail. That's cool. These guys, the servants with the chandelier. These look nice. The vile something. A lot of detail on these minis. They do look cool. And our bosses. So we have our queen here, sitting on her throne. Good stuff. It looks pretty cool. I'm impressed with the detail on these minis, because some of them aren't that big and they did manage to give them a lot of detail. So this one is a little bit curved and I don't think it should be this bendy. I believe. I don't know. Mad King Lugaris. I had quite a hard time getting this guy down. Yeah, I had to use a lot of tricks to beat him in the game. But yeah, there you go. Another box down. I think we're going at a pretty decent pace here. So yeah, big boxes are done, so all we have left are these smaller expansion boxes. So there's quite a few of them, so let's get started. Before we do, let me just open this one up really fast. So this is just, these are extras that you would get in the Kickstarter if you bought the Forsaken Cainhurst Castle. So while that box will be available in retail, I assume you get a few exclusives for buying it in the Kickstarter campaign. And with exclusives, I mean one. It's just one hunter. It's the Reiter Palash Hunter, which actually has a pretty cool art, I gotta say. I really want to use it because it does look pretty cool. Although, look at this. This is one box for this. Why? Well, yeah, because of this, I guess, which is quite big. Again, there's duct tape here. Come on. Just want to get this guy out. Oh, I'm struggling with this, really? Okay, there you go. Not the most brilliant made mini, this one, I gotta say. It seems like they kind of went, oh wait, we're missing one guy, just do it quick. I don't know, it seems to be less quality than the other hunters for some reason, I don't know. Can't put my finger on it, but there you go. Although, well, the art does look pretty cool on the hunter cards, and you just get a little hunter pistol just like the other ones. Okay, so that's just a little extra if you got it through the Kickstarter. Okay, now let's jump into the next box. Right, so this should move along quickly now. So we're up to these smaller boxes, which you can, as you can see, it's smaller. It's smaller and it's probably not as packed. So this is Yahar'gul, the Unseen Village. So not that much. Well, there is quite a bit of stuff still in here. So there is a campaign as well. Probably not as many chapters as the other. Well, the other ones have those branching paths. This is probably a pretty straightforward campaign. I don't think there's any bosses on this one. Not that I remember. But you do have big tiles like this, which Advent Plaza. These ones are two-sided. Or this one is two-sided actually. This is just one tile. Okay, that's weird. Wait, there is a boss here. What am I talking about? Yes, there is. The Cramped Casket. Isn't this a... No, this is not a boss. Or is it? I thought this was a boss, actually. No, this one isn't, but yeah, never mind. There's a boss here. Yeah, Cramped Casket. This is the enemy. And the Kidnapper, which is also an enemy. So you get two enemies, and you do get a boss. What am I talking about? You do get this guy. The One Reborn, which is quite a large mini, as you can probably already see in there. So you have like a big deck here. They did put everything in one stack. Campaign cards and other ones. So, yeah, we have... Oh, I just damaged this, didn't I? Yeah, I did a bit. So we have the One Reborn, and then there you go. You have the campaign stuff for the Unseen Village, which we won't look at. And you also have, again, a little small deck for boss behavior. Okay. And then some minis. So let me just get this out. Again, we can see these ones at a much... If it wasn't for the duct tape, it would be actually way faster. Okay. Alright, so we have the bone caskets right here. Is it bone? No, sorry, cramped casket. There you go. Good detail on these. Very good detail. Hope you can tell from just watching it here. Good stuff. Alright, so that's one. Again, be aware and be very careful with these arms because they are a bit thin. If you drop one of these, it's likely one of those arms will pop off. And a Kidnapper. with their very large bag here on the back. Cool minis. So you get 4 of each of those, and then you have this big guy. I just wanted, yeah, sure. I won't be able to show you in that much detail, but there you go. The one Reborn. A lot of gruesome detail here on the base. Very well done mini. Okay, great. And that's it. That's it for Yahar'gul Village. That was fast. Let's keep going at this speed. Okay, the Hunter's Dream is next, and a little box with exclusive mini as well. So probably you can get this in retail. Very likely. Again, lovely, lovely artwork. And there's quite a few minis in here. I think this one is, from the small boxes, I think this is the one that is more miniature heavy. And one of the few expansions, from what I remember, that I would consider, if I were to buy expansions, I would think this would be one of them for sure. I think it adds some good things to the game, like another ending, I believe, or another boss fight for the end. I can't actually remember, but I do have that notion that that was my idea during the Kickstarter. So, bonus chapter, The Hunt's End. Oh, it has a special bonus chapter, yeah. It has some mini bosses, introduces mini bosses as well into all the campaigns that you do. So it is good stuff. Okay, it has a big tile as well with the workshop, and then the garden for your boss fights. All right, then we have little deck here of stuff. We also have this little mini deck, which is pretty thick because again there's a lot of enemies in here, as you can see. And what else? All right. Okay, so basically this will allow for mini bosses to appear on each of the campaigns, and the mini bosses will be other hunters. So NPC hunters that will actually try to attack you, kind of like in the game when you did encounter a few of them in the video game. And this is, basically the card for you to get them. Now, something that I'm not sure... this was supposed to support the hunters from the other expansions, which I believe that's what this box is for. So we will look at it. So basically this is probably just base game hunters, enemies for those, and then some other enemies, the Winter Lantern, which is a pain in the game, and the Executioner, which is pretty cool, and then the mini boss setup, how to set up those these mini bosses, these special hunter for the other while you are playing other campaigns, so that they can pop up while playing. Okay, give me just a second while I try to get these cards out. Okay, so we've got our two bosses here, one presence, and this guy, which is a bit of a spoiler, sorry, German the First Hunter, and then some starting weapons, cannon and repeating pistol, and then, we have these cards for the Hunt's End, which is the campaign in here. Alright. So I'm trying not to spoil stuff, but it's hard not to when, the enemies are right there. Okay, so that's it for cards, and then, we have quite a few minis in here, although some aren't that interesting, because, they are just duplicates of the hunter miniatures we just saw from the base game. Basically, they're duplicates, hunters, but in a gray plastic, just so you can know that they are enemies and not, friendly hunters. So I won't be wasting much time with those. This is a very big box, and I can already see why. Because there's a very big mini here. The moon presence is really... it has presence, I'll give her that. These are hard to come out. Jesus, come out. Oh, there's another bit of duct tape here. There you go. Alright. Okay, so let's look at the minis. Executioner. There you have it. Big dude. Big bulky dude. Two of these. Two Mind Presents, which again, if you see them while playing the video game, run away. And I'm guessing I'll do the same right here on the board game. This will be cool to paint as well with all of the detail here on the head. Yeah, looks cool. Then, like I said, you have basically hunters. I'm not going to bother showing you all of this, so it's the hunters we've already seen, but in grey plastic, alright? And that's what I'm guessing we have in here as well. 7 enemy miniatures, and then, yeah, as you can see, these are basically just the hunters from the other expansions. So I'm not even going to bother with this. So just so you know, this is to complete. This was Kickstarter exclusive as well, so you won't get it in retail, unfortunately. But yeah, it just fills in with all the other duplicate hunters, so they can pop up as mini enemies, mini bosses in the campaign. And then we have this dude, which is the Moon Presence, which is really big. Like, the tail is ridiculously large. There we go. So all of these will be fantastic to paint, I gotta say. Look at this. It's so big. I mean, if it didn't have this part right here at the end, I mean, it wouldn't be as large, you know, as imposing, but it does have it, and it is imposing, and it is large. There you go. I mean, just so you realize, like, this is the box, this is the mini. It's almost the length of the box. Really big. So that's what you get in the Hunter's Dream. Again, even though you're getting duplicate miniatures, not unique, there's a lot of miniatures here, and the fact that you have mini bosses that can pop up during your campaigns, I think it adds pretty good value and replayability, because you won't get to fight all the same mini boss all the time. So a lot of good stuff. All right, that's the Hunter's Dream. Let's move on. Okay, we only have 3 of these left. We're almost done. So let's go for another smaller box. This is the upper Cathedral Ward. Cool art in there. Again, as always, all of these have fantastic art. We have a fantastic boss inside of this one with another campaign. Let's go through this. There we go. All right. So, okay, so we have another big tile here for the orphanage. Again, I'm finding it weird that we don't get these big tiles in the base box, because there's a few bosses in there. I get that one of the bosses doesn't need a big tile, but the other ones, it's weird. It's like, I don't know, I have this feeling that I missed it or something. It's weird. So, we have our cards here for enemies. Oh, come on. Okay, Brain Sucker. And we have the Celestial Emissary. If you played Bloodborne, you killed a lot of these ones. There you go. Some campaign cards, and the card for the boss that is included here, Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos. And again, a behavior deck for the boss. And it is pretty standard in all of the boxes, I guess. You have a few cards for the enemies, and then you have your minis. So let's just get these out. This is the boss that I would be most careful about, and you'll see why in a bit. She seems to have quite a few fragile pieces with the wings here, so I would definitely be very careful when handling Ebrietas. But there we go. So let's look at the other ones first. Our Celestial Emissary. little bit of a egghead. There you go. So you get 4 of these. And 4 of these ones. Looking cool. Okay, and then you have your boss. So pretty straightforward box. There you go. So she is really big. Not as flimsy as I would thought. It's actually, yeah, I've seen more flimsy pieces here on this game. So yeah, there you go. This is a big one. I'm saving this one for last to paint because I really want to hone my skills so I can do a half decent job with this mini. It is fantastic. Really cool. A lot of tentacles, a lot of details. As you can see. Alright, there you go. So this game is like a painter's dreamer. A dream for painters, that's what I meant to say. It does have some really cool stuff here. Alright, one more box down, 2 to go. So yeah, let's jump into the next one. Alright, you guys are troopers if you're still here. Troopers, I tell ya. This is Byrgenwerth, I think that's how you spell it. Fantastic card, one of my favorites as well. This looks really, really cool. The enemies here are a bit stranger. This is not my favorite box, I have to admit. But it does have quite a few minis in here as well. So let's get this one. It's not as tall either, although it is weird because there's quite a few minis in here. Okay, another big tile. So I guess that's a thing with these smaller box expansions. Oh, the Moonside Lake. There you go for your ROM fights. Cool. There you go. Oh, it has one of these cardboard things. Oh, come on. Let's just open it up through the sides then. I'm really rough handling this, as you can probably tell. Okay. So, some more cards for Scholar enemies. Okay, there you go. Phew, Scholar. Child of Rom. See, look at it. I find this really ugly. This is really ugly artwork. I really don't like it. And the Garden of Ice, which is an okay enemy. But yeah, this area in general I wasn't a big fan of. And then we have the deck here with Rom, the Vacuous Spider, and then we have the campaign cards right below it. A small deck of Boss Behavior, Business as Usual, and then we have the minis. So let's have a quick look at the minis. This tray does come out rather easily. Oh, okay, it's not in the same configuration as the other ones, I guess. So, okay, there's no duct tape on this one. This was out of place. Let's hope nothing is broken. Bit of a weirder setup here, so let's just start with the boss here, Roham. This is Rom. He is very thick. There's a lot of detail on the skin here. Pretty cool. These minis will look good on paint. I'm using contrast paints because I'm pretty much a newbie. But yeah, these do seem to be minis that will be good to paint with those, because they do want those a lot of crevices and recessed areas like these minis have. Okay, we have our Scholar here. We have 4 of these. We have the Garden of Ice. Again, watch out for these parts. Very, very thin. They look really weird. Alright. And we have 4 of these Children of Rom. These are pretty big. I thought they would be smaller. I don't know. In the game, I thought they were smaller in the game. These are bigger than the Hunters. Or at least as big as the Hunter here. Yeah, I really thought they were smaller in the game. But there you go. You have 4 of these. 4 Garden of Eyes, 4 Scholars, and a very big Rom. So that's it for what's it called? Byrgenwerth. Alright. We only have 1 box left. Hang in there. Let's get it. This is it. This is it, everyone. Mergo's Loft. This is the one we have left. This is like Where's Waldo? Because it's, I think the art for the Hunter, let me actually show you. Yeah, it is the same Hunter in all of them. They just Photoshop him like on all of the covers. So it's like a Where's Waldo thing with a Bloodborne Hunter. Little funny detail there. Alright, let's just look inside of this one. This is just me going mad from opening boxes for like almost 2 hours here, so bear with me. Alright, Mergo's Loft. Phew. Let's look inside. Alright, another big tile here. Ooh, we have a pit, we have lift, pit. Okay, so this fight will be fun. And the Wet Nurses, Luminarium. Really cool art. I really like this tile right here. Okay, again, business as usual. We have some cards for the enemies. But these ones look really good. Well, not the cards. You know my opinion on that. Mergo's Chief Attendant. We have Mergo's Attendant. Okay, so this is just a regular attendant. We have our cards here for the Mergo's Wet Nurse boss, and then we have the campaign stuff right below it. Again, this. Why am I still showing you this? You know what's inside of it. And then the minis. Let's look at the last batch of minis we have. So I think Mergo's Wet Nurse is, well, I'm not sure if it's my favorite looking one. We've looked at so much stuff I don't even know anymore. But at least during the Kickstarter campaign, it's the one I was most impressed with, I gotta say. So let's save the best for last, and let's just look at the attendants, regular ones. Not a fan of their look. I don't know, it's way too simple. They're really small. Really, really small. There you go. So that's your servant. Let me actually, sorry, I'm not sure if this was this focused properly. There you go. And then you have the chief servant. Again, you can see that detail in there. And last but not least, wait, let me actually try to show you this a little bit closer. Ah, there you go. So now you can see it in more detail, right? Alright, that's a regular servant. And last but not least, the Mergo Wet Nurse. I don't know, is this my favorite? If it's, yeah, it might be. It's so good. Like all of the arms, they're so good, so detailed. The wings are fantastic. So it's between this one. I really like from the Vicar Amelia. I really like her mini as well. The pose is just great. I guess the pose does make up for the minis. I mean, it's not just how detailed it is, but the pose on this one is fantastic. This one looks really cool with all of the arms. So it's either this or Amelia, Vicar Amelia, probably my favorite minis. But yeah, that's it. That was Bloodborne, an unboxing for the all-in. Again, I'll leave in the description what's retail, what's not, so that, well, you can skip to maybe stuff that you might be interested in getting retail and you just want to have a look at it. Or if you haven't gotten your pledge, which is unlikely because I think I was like one of the last people to get it. Phew, that's it. That is Bloodborne. That's what's coming for you if you got the all-in. Thank you so much for watching. And congratulations for watching until the end if you did. You're a trooper, you're a hunter, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, stay safe. Bye bye.